I'm going to talk about a pronunciation activity that I did with Malayali first language speakers with the sounds, the voiced and voiceless sound of TH, the sound and the sound. So the students were intermediate students between 18 and 22 years old. The reason why I plan to teach the and the sound is because in the mother tongue of Malayali speakers and majority of Indian language speakers, um, these two sounds don't exist in their mother tongue. So when they pronounce phrases like thanks or think, this or that, or phrases like that, they kind of say think or thank and sounds like that. So that's the reason why I chose this topic to help them with. So first of all, I started taking the lessons by showing the phonemic charts first of all on the whiteboard in the background, and then I wrote some phrases such as think, thank, and this and that, etc. And then I asked the students to read them out loud. So a majority of them pronounced it wrong. They pronounced this, that, thanks, etc. Afterwards, I helped them with the correct pronunciation of and the sounds by showing them separate flashcards of these two sounds. Before I got into explaining how to pronounce these two sounds, I asked them the difference between a voiced sound and a voiceless sound by practicing minimal pairs such as pack and back. And I asked them to feel the vibration of their vocal cords with the voice sounds and the lack of vibration for the voiceless sounds. So after I confirmed that they understood the difference between a voiced and voiceless sound, I introduced the voiceless TH sound and voiced TH sound to the students. So to help, the activity that I did in the classroom was that I drew the picture of teeth and the tongue coming in between the teeth and asking and showing them that they have to release air on top of the tongue and a little bit underneath the tongue as well, and to produce the sound. So as it is a voiceless dental fricative sound, the neutral position of lips, I asked the students to repeat after me several times as I pronounce the sound, and they repeated after me. And once they started pronouncing this sound correctly, I asked them to add vibration to it. So I would repeat like, and then again I do that again, but this time with a little bit of vibration with the voice. So I would say several times. So they kind of understood the difference between voice and voiceless sounds. At the same time, how to pronounce the voiced th and voiceless th. After the explanation, I wrote the sentence, Kathy thanked both Theo and Thelma for everything. So in this sentence we can see lots of th voiceless sounds, and it helped the students to remember that and practice it. So I made a pair activity where they pronounce and the other would listen, and if there is any mistake they would correct. So that was the activity to as an articulation practice for the voiceless th sound, and that was followed by the voiced th sound. Again, that's the fricative sound, and an activity for also for the th voiced sound was also I created a sentence for the students to be able to pronounce that and remember the sentence. And the sentence was, my father and my mother lived together with my brother. So after I wrote this sentence on the board, I asked the students to repeat after me, and we did this choral drilling several times, and I made them into pairs, different pairs, and they practiced each other by listening to their pairs. And that's what I did basically with the pronunciation activity. And I could say that the activity was very successful. And initially, there were many speakers who could not pronounce this one, so they could do it. But at the same time, I also thought that I could also introduce other fricative sounds such as f and v, along with the and the sound, so that they come both like the fricative nature, and they could understand both of it at the same time.